So a little 48 Ford work. I started cleaning up. If you remember in the last video, this was kind of a little ragged right here where they had to cut the motor mounts out. Actually, I think we cut the motor mounts out. And this is where the spot where the fellow had to open up to get to his oil filter. So, and it looks like there was actually a hole here at one time. So I took all this off and finished grinding it down a little bit more here. This side, a little more grinding. Not a lot. This side I'm going to leave alone because we're going to have to do the same thing. We're going to have to, I'll probably grind that down a little bit more. Miss that spot. So I'll have to grind this part down, and then we'll leave this alone till we get the motor mounts in place and to see where the oil filter ends up. So I think it's 25 inches to the center of the oil filter off the firewall, which brings it into here somewhere. So, and I don't really want to get into cutting into here because you'd have to take the whole support out because the filter slides in. So next best thing is we'll cut a square out and get the oil filter from the bottom, I think. And if that isn't, there's a lot of room down there. And if that doesn't work, we'll come out here and put a remote oil filter right here. Might be the easiest thing to do. So, trying to save him money by doing a hole for the filter, but in the long run, maybe a remote filter for that 5.9 would be a good thing. So, yeah. So tomorrow, I will take some 3/16. I gotta cut this a little bit here to bring this down, and then this will square it up where I can put one piece in here. And then I put just a little piece across here. And that'll be it. And then I'll weld that in good. And then that should be where the motor mounts sit. There is a couple factory holes here. We wouldn't be that lucky to have them line up there, but we'll see. I will make the motor mounts and I will drill them so I can drill through here and put bolts in the cross member. So if needed, we can take them out. Okay, and on a side note, after many struggles and finally just replacing the bolts, if you tighten them down the strip, they got to be grade -5. So I replaced them with grade 5, US grade 5s. And everything was metric, but they weren't really metric. I'm not sure what they were. But they aren't metric and they're not regular. So, but I put it together and did a little work on this to get it where it wouldn't rub. And I cut a couple pieces of metal with it. And of course you can turn up the pressure here by rotating it clockwise to put more pressure on it so it goes through the metal quicker, or counterclockwise to allow the to go slower, the draw, or whatever they call it, the push. So yeah, I cut a couple pieces to see how it worked. It worked good. I have a little oil can and put a couple squirts on it while it's going through. It doesn't smoke. It's not pushing that hard where it smoked, with just a little bit of oil on the blade. It'll just cut easier. So, and I read a couple of reviews said it didn't come with a blade. Well, this one came with a blade. It was already installed. I do have 2 more blades, so I have plenty of blades for it as we speak. Okay, so that's where we are. That big furnace, the little big furnace, is still working great. A little over 60 in here. I'll turn it down a little bit. No need for it to be up that high when I'm not in here. So again, I'll bring you back when I get some more on this. I'll get some welding done on that. Get the prep ready for putting in the motor mounts, and hopefully by the end of next week, trying Colonel have picked his transmission transfer case up. We can bolt that together and set it down in the frame. And that way we can start mocking up what we need to do, get the length of the dry shaft, and that kind of stuff. Okay, once that motor goes in, the cab goes back on. Watch out. We'll have it rolling before you know it. Thanks for subscribing, like those videos. Appreciate all the likes I've been getting, and comments. A lot of great comments. I like reading them. I try to get back to them as quick as I can. And on another note, not all my comments are showing up that people were sending to me. And I found a page where it had listed comments, and I was looking down, and there was a ton of them from 2-3 weeks ago, and some from 3-4 months ago. And I apologize. They just don't show up on my notifications. So I have to keep checking that other page to make sure that I don't miss anybody. And if I did, keep commenting, and I will keep checking, and I will get back to you. Thanks again.